for the whole tournament, we have been seeing lots of new PPs from all kind of runners. As the game is fairly new, the PPs are getting better. People are getting better and better, and looks like we are starting.
Right on. So.
As far as I noticed, Laurie might have Chinese text or the version. Meanwhile, other runners were on Japanese. The difference is the text speed. Obviously, from the other games, you probably remember. Text speed actually for Japanese version is 5 seconds faster than both of the Chinese versions. It's interesting why.
Yeah, definitely an insignificant time save, but a free time save nonetheless. So you'll see most players running in Japanese for sure. So we're going to be starting off Cap Kingdom here. Nothing, we shouldn't see too much of a variation from the players. They're just going to hit this switch, roll onto the next room, and capture a frog. There has been a lot of changes in the room after the frogs. We see, I would say, a lot of variation there with new triple jump strats or jumping, going to the left or going to the right. So it'll be interesting to see what every player does.
It is definitely interesting since going right ways fairly simple and really safe. Nothing major to mess up there. But if you want to go left side, then you have to do a little bit tricky triple jump to the cap jump and to the wall jump to reach on the ledge. And if you mess it up, you would have to do the backup or just go around and climb up normally. So let's see what our runners wants to do.
And this, we're gonna see xheragd going left. So
all of the other runners are going right side. Meanwhile, xheragd going left. That's one of the ways to climb up.
Yeah, that would be the backup to the triple jump you were speaking of earlier. And I'll tell you one thing, that triple jump off the top of that hat is not easy.
It is not. I was trying to
it is.
Get it, and I got it once out of 100 attempts or something. It's really hard. It's really tricky.
Yeah, I grinded it maybe, I would say, a pretty decent amount yesterday. So got it maybe 3 times.
All of the runners got past the topper, the first of the brutal fights. Very easy, nothing too major. Later on, he's gonna be a little bit tougher. They're off to Cascade Kingdom. I'm gonna get their first moon. What kind of Sand Kingdom route do you expect from all of the runners?
You know, I doubt we'll see any Sphinx clips, but I could be wrong. So, you know, we're gonna see every runner coming up on one of probably an easy spot to reset in this run. The Dino jump, pretty notorious for being kind of hard to make consistent. So
looks like jcool got it without any problems. Let's see how the other runners are gonna get it. Dino jump will reach you all the way up there with the trampoline. When you leave the dino, you can barely reach the trigger of the bite. It looks like all of the runners got it successfully.
Yeah, one of the hardest things about that jump may be trying to set it up again once you've missed it. It is. I think it makes it even harder than the first time for sure.
That is very true, since you want to get the left foot of a dino to hit the trampoline. Sometimes the right foot can hit can get on a trampoline and get you the jump, but it's the left boot you want to. And setting up again, if you mess it up, can be a little bit tough because of how the legs are moving.
Yeah, definitely an interesting way to see how people set it up too. I see a lot of people will run and then turn. They'll take the first step slow and then run. So a million ways to set it up, but same end goal.
Yeah, everybody has their own way to do the whole skip.
So really not too big of a difference between any of these runners. The mashy and xheragd here almost right on, neck and neck. jcool grabbing his last moon there, and he's going to head back to the Odyssey, and then we're off.
For the new future of the kingdoms from now on, cats get recorded 5 moons to get to the next of the kingdom. And well, for the next kingdom, we're gonna go to Sand Kingdom, and there you will need 16 moons to get to the next kingdom, either Lake Kingdom or Wooded. And it doesn't matter how many moons you get overall, how many moons you get as extra moons in each of the kingdoms, because you need that certain amount of moons in order to get to the next kingdom. So getting 18 moons in Sand Kingdom wouldn't give you any benefits, because you would need to get 8 moons in a Lake Kingdom, and so on. But I'm really interested to see all of the runners, what kind of route they're gonna have in a Sand Kingdom, as it's one of the biggest kingdoms in a game, and lots of different routes.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the kingdom we see the most variation in, whether or not people jump off it's even the smallest of things, right? Like how to get to this very first moon we're going to see them grab. So jcool's opting in to go off of the umbrella, while some people will ignore the umbrella, go with the ice there on the right, and then we're going to see him grab this bird. Where people grab the bird in this level, there's so many variations of it. So they'll either grab it here, grab it in the oasis. So there's so many different changes in it.
And as you were not telling about the Sphinx clip, I'm curious to see who is gonna go for it. Sphinx clip is very, very hard to get in a first try. Like, it requires roll canceling, which is, and at the same time, the wall clip will work if you manage to roll cancel next to the wall by hitting the inputs within frames of each other. It's not an easy trick. We'll see if they will do it, and we will talk about it. Ooh, Laurie missed the bird. The bird is in a cycle, so you can meet it up again in an oasis where most of the runners ends their route. If you didn't get the bird now, you can get it there then.
Now, will it be there if Laurie is opting out of the Sphinx? I'm not sure me personally, I'm not sure of the timing of where that bird will be if you don't exit the Sphinx. Looks like he's
getting it now.
Yeah, he may not be coming out of the Sphinx, so I'm not sure what cycle that puts it on if you don't get it there and you don't exit Sphinx.
I noticed one of the runners going to Employance only. Not sure who it was. That's one of the old routes. Since the Employance only is 2 loading zones, going in there and going back, that's a little bit slow, should I say, but as it's an old route, I feel like the runner who did it feels comfortable at doing that route. Yeah, so I'm not playing it.
Taking some race safety.
For sure, yes. So it was jcool, alright. Let's see, is the jcool gonna get the bullet bill? Seems like not. If he took the bullet bill, there would have been a moon on a pillar where you can reach with the bullet bill. That would have been the moon you would get instead of the Employance only.
Now, I'm not sure if Mashy got it there, but there's some manipulation you want to do so that you can get the first bullet bill that spawns out of that enemy spawner there. So a little bit tight. The bullet bill has about 3 things it can run into, including yourself. So It's definitely a nice time save if you can keep that first bullet bill alive. So Hera looks like he's gonna skip Sphinx. And we've got Mashy coming on over to it. It looks like he's just gonna have a chat with the guy. So no Sphinx clip yet, but it's not over.
As some people were doing Sphinx, and let's see, is Laurie gonna skip it or not? If you skip the Sphinx, you're gonna be tight with the coins, and later on, when there's gonna be a route differs, either go into Seaside to get enough coins to buy a moon in a Snow Kingdom, or you can just go to Snow Kingdom because you got the Sphinx coins. You buy 2 moons in a whole run, one in a wooded and one in a snow. Each of the moon costs you 100 coins.
Yeah, so it looks like Laurie being the only player to skip the Sphinx. So he should be the only player that has to worry about coins at all.
That is correct. He's the only player that is going to go to Seaside first.
Ooh. And now I didn't catch Mashy. Oh, he's having some trouble with that bullet bill there. If he's planning to catch the bird in the Oasis, errors here may make that a little bit tight. So, but it looks like his moon count doesn't need the bird. So,
yeah, with the moon count he doesn't need the bird, or he has it already.
Sand being honestly a very technical, well, there's not a whole lot of large time losses, you know. If you're going for Sphinx clip and you miss it a bunch of times, if you get bird in the Oasis and you miss that, those can be large time loss, but very technical, but not a huge run killer, to be honest with you.
jcool is the first runner to leave out of the Sand Kingdom. And he opts to go to Buddha first. Interesting. I guess he wants to do that before Lake, just for fun.
Yeah, this may be the first time we've ever seen this, so maybe. He did go Sphinx, so coins aren't in. I mean, coins wouldn't be an issue until Snow. So I don't know if maybe just intentional or unintentional there, but. Maybe he's trying to play some race mind games, huh?
That looks like it.
So he just wants to keep the commentators on their toes, so we got to talk about 2 worlds at different times.
That's gonna happen anytime, anyway, with the Snow and Seaside.
Very true, very true.
So jcool just bought the moon, which is one of the moons you buy, like I told you guys. Snow Kingdom being the next one. But for that, if you didn't get the Sand Kingdom Sphinx coins, you will be really tight with the coins. So that's why Laurie, who didn't get the Sphinx coins, he will be going to Seaside, hopefully, first.
Yeah, you can. Typically, you'll just mash through the menu to go to the next world, but you have to be a little aware of that menu, making sure you don't mash through it to accidentally go to Snow on first. So jcool is in Wooded, and the rest of our runners here in Lake. Lake's probably one of the shortest kingdoms, but it is a kingdom where we kill the boss, which I think is probably the biggest threat of a time loss here. Maybe the cheap jump, which we'll see in just a moment, but.
Lake Kingdom only recording 8 moons, meanwhile others are recording more than 10.
Yeah, it's a very short. And the first time we'll see the cheap, which just the fish guy here, which fish goes fast. So
yeah, with a cheap like that, you move fast if you press Y and P at the same time, or X and A, depending which button combinations you use. Or you can hold down the other button, then press down the other button. For example, holding A, then pressing X. So here's the chip jump. Oh, he a little bit messed up. You want to leave the chip at the peak of the jump, then dive up on the ledge. But he messed up, so he has to. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's something that I would say happens pretty often. There is that so ground pound and Y is how you do a dive, and sometimes the Y input just doesn't want to come out there sometimes. So we see both of our top runners there doing a ground pound when they meant to do a dive. So.
Yeah, to do the dive in Odyssey, you have to ground pound, then press the cap button to dive. Meanwhile, in older Mario games, I'm very sure all of the players are used to just press one button mid-air to dive. Mashy messed up the quick kill. Fortunately, the bike is still very fast. Only after the Rango, the yellow Brudal throws his hand away, he's not vulnerable from the head. That's the time when you can damage him. Meanwhile, jcool in Booted Kingdom.
Now I apologize, but I did not see if jcool went for the Scar jump there or the P switch list. It looked like he didn't. The switch is activated.
I don't think he did that.
So,
and I don't blame him.
Very scary thing to do in a race scenario. Missing it is death. And so we're going to see Mashy and xheragd on a very close race here. Both of them exiting like very close to each other, maybe 15, 16 seconds apart. And it's kind of hard to tell this bottom race because one of them went to Wooded and one of them went to Lake. So they'll meet back up in Cloud.
In Cloud Kingdom, they will meet up. Then we will see who's ahead on the bottom of the racers.
jcool coming up on the boss of Wooded here. Probably the easiest of the Brutals. It's pretty much you beat it with just simply jumping, nothing else. So, but again, just like the boss in Lake, you can definitely lose a lot of time if you miss some cycles. And xheragd having a little trouble with that rock there.
Yeah, that is true. So now we were talking about Lake. Let's talk about the Booted. The very first move they pick up is from one of the bunnies. And there's a rock, and there's actually really cool trick. You hold the cap button, then you just walk towards the rock and grab the rock. You don't have to go nearby it and press the Y button or X to grab the rock.
Yeah, so after you do anything like a dive input or a hat throw, just hold that button down and run right into that rock, and you just pick that right up.
If you don't grab it up, you have to kick the rock like 5 times, if I recall correctly.
Is it I didn't know it was a number of times thing. I thought it was just I suck and I can't get this rock kind of thing.
Oh no, what happened to Hera?
Oh,
a little bit messed up. Dropping down from the knot.
Yeah, need a little bit of one thing I always enjoy seeing in what it is. It takes a lot of, I would say, camera work because you're always doing a lot of stuff around corners, just like we see xheragd there. You immediately go around a corner and try to grab this uproot that you know is there, but you gotta flip your camera to see. So.
xheragd just took damage, and now as he's grabbing the moon, he's gonna be watching this mini cutscene where it refills your health. Every time you take damage, the moon is gonna refill your health. You lose 2.2 seconds from that, plus the knockback you take from the enemy.
Very good point. Yeah, so damage is a very big time loss in this game, I would say. And of course, you have to watch it tick back up while you just watch 2 seconds disappear. So. Insult to injury.
Mashy doing the pipe section first. Meanwhile, xheragd is going there now. He wanted to take the warp point, the flag. So after taking the second moon here, he will just warp back. So yeah, he doesn't have to climb up, which Mashy is gonna do now.
Yeah, I would say debatable on which one's faster, but just really a personal preference here. So we'll see Mashy. He'll just miss his ground pound. He wanted a ground pound run on the top of that rail there, so he'll opt into jumping across and just keep going instead. We saw xheragd take that warp point, like Samu said. So, oh, actually, xheragd accidentally going through the pipe first. Maybe just forgot he was changing up his route there. And now we're going to see jcool on his lake, and Laurie coming up on the piranha plant there. Oh no, Mashy. Looks like oh, what a very good save there. All right. What a very good save. Mashy almost falling into the dark wood there. Very good reaction from Mashy.
That was the spot where he would have dropped to the deep woods, sorry. Which would have been really, really, really big time loss. You cannot warp out of deep woods. And how he saved himself was that after he bonked, there was a little bit time when he couldn't do anything. But after that time, then after that, he can just do the cap throw and save himself.
Yeah, the game being a little bit more forgiving than others, where eventually the animation of you falling goes away. Excellent reaction from Mashy there. It was about to join. I think there's only been one person to fall in dark woods or deep woods, so not a good time. A massive time loss. Definitely reset if you were in a race scenario for most.
Interesting though that the deep woods is the certain area of the Wooded Kingdom where it can happen. Meanwhile, right now where Mashy is, if he drops down here, it's the dead, but not the deep woods.
Yeah, so definitely makes that long jump over that a little bit scarier. And you know what? I don't think we saw any of our runners go for P-switchless unless I missed xheragd.
I don't think we saw anyone doing it. And I don't blame them. It's actually one of the hardest parts of the run too.
Yeah, so if just like this flower path we see Mashy on now, they took a flower path before coming into this room, and you can skip that and save some time by doing a triple jumping with the last jumping off of the railing to make it across that. So it's a very tight jump and hard to set up to do fast.
jcool is in Cloud Kingdom fighting Bowser. Let's see what kind of strats he wants. Bowser having a couple of the neat strats overall because of his hats and position.
Yeah, we've seen another kingdom that we've seen a lot of new strategies in is definitely Bowser's, where people hitting hit. Ooh.
Did you solve that?
No.
That Bowser was already jumped in the air.
Yeah, that was so. Yeah, we actually I think the first and only soft lock I've heard of in this game happens in this kingdom where we're taking damage and some crazy stuff happening. I'm not sure how it happened, but definitely fortunate nobody went for that strategy, or nobody has yet, so we'll see.
I am actually curious what causes the soft lock with the hat. As I mentioned about the vast strats, there's that one vast strat where you grab the hat immediately after Bowser throws it, and when you grab it immediately, some weird shenanigans happens and can cause a soft lock. I haven't personally got the soft lock yet, but I'm curious what causes it. Meanwhile, jcool is in a Lost Kingdom, one of the tough kingdoms to go past, and any dead is really punishing. You don't take the checkpoints, so you have to start over from the Odyssey. Meanwhile, all of the other runners are in a Cloud Kingdom, like in Bowser.
Yeah, so this top race, and honestly, the bottom race is not too far off either. Any big mistake from jcool could definitely put Laurie back in this. A death here or Metro. Some hard kingdoms right in a row. Lost being a very scary one, where this purple stuff that you see surrounding jcool here is an instant kill, so it's not very fun. So when we're about to see jcool trigger this bird, triggering this bird the normal way, which is just running through the level casually, it'll trigger this bird and he'll steal Cappy from you, and you gotta go back and get him. Waste a lot of time. So we go around and trigger the bird there, skipping the whole cutscene phase. And jcool getting a very nice break on that block there. Not too often do we see only the one you need to break and not the one right in front of it. So.
Oh, xheragd is doing one of the new strats. That's one of the newest strats for the Bowser. Being in between the Bowser's hats, then about in that moment when the Bowser is gonna drop the last pair of the hats, xheragd throws his Cappy and hit the real hat from the Bowser to knock it off next to him. And Laurie is doing one of the hardest triple jumps in a game, or this run especially.
Yeah, well, first off, this tree's, it looks like he's gonna get it there. That tree's very unforgiving. Sometimes you can just fall straight through it, and it acts definitely, it's definitely not easy to do a triple jump off of it with the leaf moving and the, xheragd gonna take a death. Looks like he meant to do a dive there and did a ground pound accidentally, so gonna lose some time there. It's an unfortunate death there.
The dead is punishing by losing 10 coins, and in Lost Kingdom, the dead is really punishing. You don't take any checkpoints, nor the flags, so any dead will bring you back to Odyssey. In the end of the Lost Kingdom, I missed it was jcool doing it, but for the last moon, you can do the dead strat, and you would go back to Odyssey with all of the 10 moons, or do it deadless and save roughly second. The last moon was under the bridge that will trigger the klepto.
Ooh, Mashy accidentally scaring off the butterfly there. Looks like he's gonna come back. Ooh, a nice quick reset there. So
yeah, you just have to walk a little bit farther, zoom the camera off from the butterfly, and it respawns. So all of the runners are in a Lost Kingdom, and jcool is in a Dark Metro or Rainy Metro.
Rainy Metro being a very unforgiving place, and it looks like jcool gets the first cycle on that platform there. That's not easy to do, so nice from jcool there. We're gonna see him come up on this long jump to get back to the front, or the door that we exit this tower in, and that can be relatively hard sometimes. The camera is kind of fighting against you. Oh, it looks like he's gonna opt into a long jump over to the right. So.
I'm not blaming him. That jump is really punishing. Like really punishing. You have to climb up again if you mess it up.
Yeah, definitely a massive time loss. And here we see Laurie going for that death warp strategy that you were talking about earlier.
Yes, by doing that you lose 10 coins, but he's gonna be able to get all of the coins from the seaside, hopefully.
Looked like Mashy didn't quite get the beetle to or did he? Sorry. Yeah, it looks like he didn't quite get the... No, okay, he's going to be going for a different strategy here. He's going to opt in to grab the moon in the cage instead of the one under the bridge. So, and still not dying. So I'm not sure what's faster there, but definitely a very safe strategy. not a bad idea in a race.
For a tournament setting, not a bad idea. Let's look at the jcool quickly. He's about to attempt a 2-cycle with the Mecha Flickr. He has to hit all of the purple segments before it goes back to the wall, and it seems like he got it.
Yeah, definitely one of the only bits of RNG we see in this run is the pattern that boss takes on the wall there. But aiming in this game isn't exactly the easiest thing, and it's moving all around, so definitely a huge time loss if you are not able to get that in the first cycles that it's available. So very nice fight from jcool there.
Let's see how the other runners are gonna do the Rainy Metro Hall, or should I say City Hall. jcool was doing the fastest cycle. The elevators are in a cycle, they're not RNG, like dependent. Meanwhile, other runners, let's see Laurie, he's the next one going there. What kind of route he's gonna take here? One of the toughest part was this climb in the beginning of the speedruns. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Oh yeah, definitely. The camera in here isn't always working with you, so that adds to the slight difficulty of it. So, looks like he's gonna get up there just fine this time. And then when I see jcool getting the RC car there and xheragd, we'll see if he opts into that long jump back to the door.
Oh no, Laurie, be careful. He's on a top soon, so he should be able to make this.
Ooh,
that bonk.
That bonk. That bonk giving me a slight heart attack. But it looks like he kept on the ledge there.
The bonk it hurts, man. Any bonk hurts.
Oh, that's the long jump we were talking about there, where the camera sometimes doesn't always make it easy to get back to the hat dive.
Now he has to climb back up, and hopefully, as a Laurie, I want to go for the other way.
And we see xheragd on his boss fight here. See how he handles it. It's definitely all just reaction on that second phase and knowing where the right spot and kind of guessing what pattern it's going to take. And Laurie,
oh no, Laurie,
unfortunate
no.
Didn't quite get the distance that he needed there.
It is rough to see the racers getting killed by that part.
Dark Metro not being kind at all.
It's not. xheragd is... Let's see how is he gonna handle this. He got it. He got it. The pattern of the Mecha Flickr is RNG, and I still think that shooting those light balls the Flickr is giving, that determines when is the Flickr gonna stop, I think.
Yeah, I do believe if all of them are dead, it's going to stop early. So depending on how many are left, and even
oh no, mashy. That's what will happen if you don't get the 2-cycle.
Very unforgiving. Dark Metro being, as we see, a very easy spot to lose a lot of time, whether it be up the climb or getting a rough pattern on this boss fight here. Definitely a hard place to be consistent in.
We've been missing jcool a lot in a like Metro, but let's look at the xheragd as he's the next runner in a like Metro. And Laurie, are you gonna get it now? No. It's really unfortunate to see this.
Looks like xheragd may be having some issues there. So jcool coming up on
OTEP.
OTEP indeed. So we may have not heard it, but we heard it in our hearts, folks. OTEP. So we're gonna see Mashy coming up on light metro here, and we're gonna see him throw his hat right there. Now he's gonna shake his controller to make Cappy do a homing attack, and it's gonna warp him right to that lightning post. So
Come on, Mashy. RC skip.
looks like he is gonna go for it. First try,
Yes.
very good.
Very nicely done, Mashy. I'm glad you made it. You go for it. The hidden trick with that scooter actually for the RC skip is leaning with the scooter. How you do that? Hold the controller sideways and you lean with the scooter. The game doesn't mention it. It's just there.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the things. When I first saw a clip of it, I was like, okay, I'll go try that. I had no idea how people were getting it, and then somebody told me, yeah, you have to hold your controller pretty much upside down to get the tilt that you need. So.
Yeah, that a little bit threw me off too, because the game never mentions about leaning with the scooter.
Yeah, it's definitely a hidden feature, almost like the spin on the Cheap Sheep here. So jcool has entered Seaside, and we'll talk about that jump at the early. Once we get the first jump in Seaside can be one of the hardest. We'll try to get to it. So both runners up top here on a very close pace. Maybe only one moon difference in them.
Yeah, they're neck to neck right now, and this is the cave you were talking about. jcool just did successfully.
Yeah, another spot where the camera can be kind of deceptive, so it's hard to tell if you need to move backwards or forward on that moon. Sometimes it's very easy to miss, and lots of bonks all around. So. xheragd in the crowded room here. We just roll against the wall to get past all those dudes real quick. We're gonna see Mashy. Mashy looks like he's gonna be rolling on the left. Having some trouble with all the guys. Okay, looks like he maybe just started his roll a little bit earlier than planned. xheragd coming over here and talk to Pauline. We've got to find some musicians. We're actually supposed to find 4, but those other guys are too far away. It's too slow, so we just grabbed 2.
Talking to Pauline will trigger the musicians, so xheragd wouldn't be able to get the drummer moon without talking to Pauline first. Then our favorite bassist, OTEP.
Yeah, it's nice to have a 4-way OTEP here. Nice tickets to OTEP Fest.
jcool is about to get to the end of the Seaside. Seaside, one of the kingdoms that requires a low amount of moons, just 10.
Yeah, both Seaside and Snow needing 10 moons, but Snow being the longer kingdom just because it has a lot more cutscenes in it. Mashy grabbing his OTEP there. So.
Yeah, with the Snow Kingdom, the amount of moons you can have are inside the ship area. Outside is Blizzard, so to get the moons outside of ship area, you will have to bring peace to the kingdom, which will be meaning that you have to do the race, and that takes 2 to 3 minutes. That's not worth it. Luckily, there's other moons that are definitely faster.
definitely. So jcool entering snow here, and I don't recall, but we should see both these runners up top go to the same kingdom here. I'm not sure if xheragd did go to snow. Yep, both of them will be going to snow.
I noticed Mashy having almost 200 coins. So yeah, he will definitely go to snow as they did.
I mean, he can buy a couple of moons.
This door is hiding everywhere in a kingdoms.
Yeah, and we just leave him out here in the cold. Maybe he needed help, but don't have time to help him, so we're just gonna head back on inside. So
now we can talk about the Snow Kingdom, as all of the runners are here.
Very convenient for us. So very, very close race up top here still.
Yeah, they're still neck to neck.
Do some jumps off the wall there to grab this moon. Sometimes if you're not careful, you can hit those boxes away, and then you have to do a series of jumps to get back up to that moon. So jcool coming up and buying the last moon we're gonna buy in this run. Mashy getting those boxes, and you're gonna see jcool jump off that hot dog cart right there, and looks like he's gonna get up there just fine second try. So showing off one of the instances where you do a wall jump but it just sends you straight down. Seems to be just some of the angles on some walls. So
I think it's because of the vents there that you bonk to it.
Yeah, it's a weird hitbox, or whatever you want to call it right there. So xheragd looks like he's gonna make it, opting into the long jump strategy there instead of how we saw jcool roll away. We'll see what mashy goes for here. Looks like he's just gonna roll on over. No difference in time really there.
Oh, mashy bonking there a little bit. The bonk really costs you time. You would like to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah, they add up quick. And snow being a very easy place to bonk because there's all these tiny hills and you're trying to roll around and go fast. Ooh, xheragd taking an unfortunate death there, and and
mashy too.
The blowy
xheragd.
Blowy Joey room not being kind to either of these guys here. So we'll see what strategy they all opt to go into here. A lot of different movement options in this room. Both of them gonna get up to this moon just fine. And some tiny mistakes there, really equaling up this race up top between xheragd and mashy, almost literally on the same part here. We're gonna see jcool into the Goomba room. You gotta get these 4 Goombas, and sometimes they can be in really weird spots like we saw there. That one really close to the edge, so making it a little bit sketchier to try to jump and grab.
Yeah, that Goomba can sometimes drop off the ledge. Then you have no other Goombas to grab there, so you won't have to restart the room. Fortunately, I've only seen it happen once. So it's kind of rare.
And so, go ahead, sir.
The top of the racers, they're pretty much next to the neck.
Ooh.
Next to neck. Oh, xheragd, that's... Yeah, he realized.
Yeah. So killing or losing any Goombas there makes it so you can't get this moon that we need. So he's just going to opt in to reset the room by jumping off there. So we're taking some damage. Just the Goomba room can be very unforgiving like that, whether it be you meant to jump directly on top of the Goomba, but like we saw there, you jump into it. Ooh, I'm taking just commentator's curse. I shouldn't speak of it. But mashy realizing he didn't quite have the lineup he needed, so he's gonna take the safer long jump there.
Yeah, that jump can be really scary with the different of the angle, or with the wrong angle, and especially at the Let's see how xheragd is doing it. It doesn't feel like... No, the ice makes it very, very hard to get the right of the angle, so you won't be able to get there.
Now, one backup you can do here is you can make that long jump straight from the door over to the left. So, but looks like xheragd is going to opt into some safety there. Do not blame him. Another death there would be very unforgiving.
Yeah, the backup will be next to the cool boss. You can make it there.
So we see Mashy. Normally you come in this room to fight the boss, but we only need one more moon, so we grab this right here, and then we're off. So jcool coming up on, we'll see if he gets this. Nice first, looks like that was first try. The jump can be very unforgiving, where your inputs need to be really precise in order to get the height you need to make it up that wall.
Yes, after the gap jump, you would like to throw the gappy against the wall, so you will get a little bit more height. Then you will get the wall jump, turn around, gap throw, or up on the hill and get the jump.
Yeah, and you also have to have pretty good height off of your cap jump in order to make that. So very tight timings. We'll see how the other runners handle it here.
Meanwhile, Mashy and xheragd finished with the Snow Kingdom, still neck to neck, going to Seaside.
That's right. I almost, for a second there, I almost forgot jcool already did Seaside. So we're going to see Mashy come up on another jump that we just, in the same vein that we saw jcool do, where you have to throw your hat against the wall in order to get the space that you need, and that might be close. Looks like
no. He would have needed just a little bit more height. If you delay your gap jump, you get more height for some reason.
Yeah, landing in the middle of Cappy when you jump off of him gives you more height. You can kind of see that you got a nice jump off of Cappy if there's like a spark on your foot. So that's a nice indicator of you got good height. So we'll see if xheragd can get it here first try. It looks like he does. Excellent from xheragd there.
What do you think jcool is gonna do in a luncheon? The pork rooms or the lava bubble room?
Now, we're seeing kind of some... You know what? I don't know, because Forks is... We're seeing some kind of older strategies from jcool, but Forks is also what I would say an older strategy and a recently new strategy where we see a lot more players going for it. With one of the things that while Forks is fast, it involves a lot more motion control, so we see players opt out of it and go into the Potable room, which the Potable room is not easy by any means either. You have to capture this lava bubble and pretty much skate around on this pink stuff, and it's practically like being on ice, so it can be very unforgiving.
The motion controls for the pork room, you would have to throw the gappy upwards, which can be tough to pull it out, as the motion controls are sensitive to your controls of what you're doing. And jcool skipping the porks.
We'll see him come over here and do another semi-precise jump off the wall here. Looks like he gets it first try. Excellent from jcool there. So Mashy and xheragd is going to be on the cheap section of Seaside. Not too difficult, but very easy to bonk with the fish. And they can add up quick to lose a lot of time. Just like Sammy said, bonks in this game are very unforgiving.
jcool had good luck with the Hammer Pro. It's weird how the Hammer Pro works with its throws.
Yeah, definitely kind of honestly frustrating when it seems to break every block around the one that you need, but not the one that you need. One thing that I always like to do on that moon is get really close so that it's easier to hit the one that I need. Sometimes throwing it from far back can be difficult.
Yeah, I also get really close to the cheese rock spot you have to break, which is the middle of the cheese, having the speech.
Cut some of that RNG out, because at least when he throws a pan, it'll always be right in front of him. So jcool and the Toto room we were talking about, we'll see what strategy he opts here. Really the only difference you're going to see in runners here is whether or not they go for damageless, and we'll talk about that, right? Looks like he's not going to go for damageless, so he's going to jump out of that, take some intentional damage to get over to this moon.
I don't blame him for going for that.
Yeah, any failed jump in that room is almost, it's certainly a death, which is very unforgiving. Very small platforms you get to move around on. And both of our top runners here, exiting Seaside. Excellent to see such a close race from these guys. Very exciting.
Definitely exciting. And she's about to do that jump at the beginning. Oh, the wall has a little bit of some kind of ceiling there. You can notice that it's not flat.
Ooh, looks like his camera is just not cooperating with him there. But easy to, if you don't get it the distance away from the wall, like we see Mashy struggling with here, is you won't be able to jump. So looks like he might, no, not quite getting the timing he needed on this cap throw against the wall. And xheragd getting it first try, so we're going to see him take the lead back in this race. So this jump can be very unforgiving, and Mashy again just not quite clearing the ceiling.
That is really unfortunate. At that one moment, Mashy would have made it up there, but the cap, when he threw the cappy, it didn't go against the wall. The cappy actually flew through from the side of the wall, so he lost the height and he couldn't have made it.
Yeah, you have to throw your hat against the wall there, and it preserves your height, just like Samu said. So definitely a tight timing, like we were talking about earlier. You need precise inputs for that jump. So.
Luckily he got through it, so they're still really close to each other.
Yeah,
xheragd finishing spoolboard, Mashy starting spoolboard.
20 seconds of each other here. And jcool coming up on what some people have deemed the Dark Souls of Mario games.
Dark Souls?
Aesthetics, definitely. Dark Souls, indeed. To be honest with you, probably in my opinion, probably the least, what's the word I'm looking for here? Just not a fun fight, if you know what I mean. There's nothing you can really do to speed it up. Yet it's on rails, or an auto scroller. You just have to wait for its iframes to end so that you can attack it, just like we see jcool do there. So
yeah, Ruined Kingdom is nothing else but an auto scroller. You don't do anything between the bike at all.
Yeah, it's nothing so far, nothing you can really do to make it go faster. So any of those glitch hunters out there, look for a way to skip this kingdom, and everyone will be happy. And then we see both runners up top here making their way across all these vegetables. Luncheon being a very fun kingdom once you get the movement down. It's fun to go fast in, for sure.
Yeah, it's one of the nicest kingdom to speedrun through.
I would definitely agree. A lot of variations on what you want to do. Like we see that Mashy's gonna avoid all of the weird platforms that those vegetables can make, while we saw xheragd opt to go through them. So not really any difference in time, just whatever you prefer.
And now here's the question: do you expect these runners to take the different rooms.
You know, if I had to guess, I would say they're going to both go Potable room, but we will see. And now we're going to see xheragd grab this Potable or Fire Bubble, whatever you prefer to call it. Well, he's going to have to wait just a little bit. You can do a nice camera trick there, and ooh, mashy's going to take a death there.
That hurts.
Looks like he meant to do a ground pound and turned it into a dive on accident.
That is a rough situation for Mashy. His last checkpoint was leaving that gap room, the hat room, or door, should I say. He would have been closer if he took the checkpoint, but he's way off from it because of the moons.
Yeah, very unfortunate death. No way to really save himself there. We're going to see xheragd break those cheese blocks that he needs and come over here and grab this moon. He opted out of forks, so mashy being the last chance we get to see forks here.
You were mentioning about that camera trick for the lava bubble. By zooming out the camera above Mario, that lava bubble mashy just takes and goes to workroom.
Nice.
That will spawn a little bit later when you approach that small island.
Yeah, so you have to throw your hats into these little spinners, and it'll launch it over to the forks that you need. An excellent movement from mashy here through fork room so far. That was a very clean fork room, and now he's just gonna have to jump on over to this last moon. It looks like
very nicely done.
Forks. Yeah.
That jump there he just did for that last moon. That can be scary a little bit because of the camera he had.
Yeah, looks like he handled it just fine. But yeah, definitely scary. Me personally, I don't do forks, but it's always nice to see a fork room done well.
Meanwhile, jcool is in a Bowser's Kingdom.
Oh, Bowser's Kingdom. Definitely a run killer, that's for sure. We're gonna see he needs to grab these 5 shards and it'll spawn the moon. One of the areas that we've seen quite a few route changes in recently, whether or not you grab this bird or don't grab this bird. We need to grab 2 extra moons other than the event moons. And so there's about 3 of them that we see a variation in, and so we'll see what jcool is going to go for the hole in the wall. So you just have to get that bird in the hole there, and then it'll spawn this moon.
Very nice cheese for the mashy. And yeah, you need to get the 2 extra moons for Bowser's Kingdom. After you beat the kingdom, the game... Oh no, mashy!
Looks like he lost some health somewhere. Took a death to that Spiny or Pambro, I wasn't sure.
So what I was talking about the Bowser's Kingdom. After you beat the kingdom, you will have 6 moons. But for some reason, the game wants you to get 2 more, so you can get to the Moon Kingdom, the last kingdom of the game. And can you skip these story-related story moons? The moon shards? No. The electric fire doesn't spawn until you have taken the moon. So it spawns and opens the door.
Yeah, we're definitely shoehorned into getting those specific moons there. There's no way around it yet.
jcool is about to start the 2 of the brutalist fight, Harriet and Topper. He starts with Topper. Want to talk about this fight?
Ooh, yeah. So it looks like he got it right there. So you're going to see him, Topper, go into this phase right here where you have to jump on his hat once again and skip a large section of time. But the timing that you have... Yeah, excellent fight from jcool. Right? The timing that you have in order to jump on those hats is very small. And they're going to start moving right after that window. So you have a very tight jump that you have to make there in order to step on the right hat to skip those phases.
And to find out what's the right hat, you would have to be close to that right hat, and the motion controls will help too. So definitely, very nice fight. Would have been a little bit trouble for him if he didn't get the jump. Meanwhile, Harriet, nothing shows nothing so different from the Sand Kingdom. Meanwhile, she has the 2 bombs instead of 1. Xheragd starting with Ruined Kingdom, and Mashy just finished launching.
Yeah, so still a close race by anything can happen in Bowser's here. So Bowser's being probably the easiest kingdom to lose a large amount of time in. So jcool finishes up his boss fights there really quickly, and he's going to be coming up on relatively hard platforming section. A lot of spaces to die, and taking a death there is even more unforgiving than most, because you have to wait quite a long time in order to hit the kill plane at the bottom of Bowser's here. So definitely some tricky platforming. Looks like he handles it just fine, and then we're going to see him grab another bird and scale a couple of walls.
That jump that jcool is doing, that's with the motion controls. Just take the controller after you have peeked with the bird. And jcool is starting the hardest fight of the run.
Yeah, and we'll see how he handles it, and then we'll see what he's... So he is going to go for birdless here. You can typically wait for it to spit a bird out and then hit its legs with the bombs, but we can just skip that and jump right up on her here like we see jcool does, and gets it excellent right there.
Very nice start. Let's see how the rest of the fight is gonna go.
Excellent so far. One of the hardest things here is this next bunny we're going to see him try to break. He's going to have to get back on top here, wait out this phase, because the boss is invincible while its legs are going crazy. When it's got crazy legs, you can't hurt it. So excellent from jcool right there. That bunny's one of the harder ones to get, because you do have to hit it while the Mecha Brutal's moving, so it can be a very clean, excellent fight from jcool there.
Very, very clean fight from the jcool. Nice one. Birdless strat saves roughly 10 seconds, and at the beginning of the fight, the Mecha Brutal drops you 2 bombs, then he throws the Pokio, the bird. That's what he would normally use and kill the Blue Brutal Spoopart after knocking off the mecha. Then he would re-grab the head of the mecha with the bird, leave the bird at the right moment when the Mecha Brutal actually forces you off from the head. Then he will do the rest of the fight just like the jcool did.
Yeah, definitely a clean and fast fight from jcool there, using all the good strategies there.
Chat beings telling us that jcool is on PP base, and that is correct. If he plays the moon approx to less than 6 minutes, he can PP.
That's always exciting to do in a race environment where pressure's on. So keeping his, no pun intended, keeping his cool there.
Oh. And let's talk about the top runners.
Yeah,
Still
they're
close to each other. Bowser's Kingdom then can decide who's gonna win.
Oh, yeah, any mistake here could definitely let Mashy get the lead back. Some bad timings from xheragd or a slight mistake. Anything can happen.
xheragd starting with the Moon Charge. I wonder what kind of route he takes. Mashy is getting the first Pokio. I would like to see, is he gonna... Okay, he's not. There is a new strat where he will lift the Pokio up on the roof, then he will drop the Cappy over it. Oh no, xheragd takes the dead.
It looks like the bird got him. I'm not sure where he lost some health at, but maybe... I'm not sure, but the bird just getting him right there. Sorry, back to what you were saying about the...
It's alright. Fortunately, xheragd took the checkpoint, so the death wasn't that punishing, because the last checkpoint would have been the latest flag he took. But anyway, about the Mashy's situation, if he would have left the Pokio up on the roof, throw the Cappy over the Pokio, then fall back behind the big wall, and there would have been the moon. Then after the moon, he will shake the controller and get back on a Pokio, which will be one of the moons you will take as extra moons instead of Glory Hole, which xheragd is taking.
Yeah, it is sad to see Glory Hole routed out. So, Mashy gonna grab the moon shards that he needs. So I think so far we've seen every player opt into grabbing a Pokio and jumping over the wall. You can skip that Pokio into a series of jumps to get up there just fine by yourself, and getting trolled by these Spinies here. They can definitely bully you into that corner like we just saw Mashy happen there. Mashy is not...
Oh no.
Looks like once again a ground pound input didn't quite turn into a dive. So definitely something that can happen when nerves are high and race is close. So cannot blame him for that one. He's just gonna take bird back up.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just reiterating about the bird back up there where he grabs the bird. So.
Yeah. jcool, meanwhile, is in a Bowser fight. He was doing the Mooncake skip, which we missed completely, but we'll talk about it when Mashy and xheragd are getting there. Oh boy, xheragd. Now he has to find the right hat with the Brutal. I think he found it.
Yeah, he found it, yeah. So
that's what will happen if you don't get the best kill for the right hat.
Definitely a very unforgiving time loss when you miss that hat.
jcool finished with the Bowser fight, and now he's on to escape. So what do you think? Will he do it?
I think he will. So.
And what he's gonna do is the 2D shortcut. In the 2D section, there's a 2 seconds time save, but the risk is that you'll die if you mess it up.
And you have to redo the whole section that we see jcool in right now, so it's quite a large time loss.
It is really punishing trick.
And it's
in a
right
tournament
at the end of a run. So.
Sorry, go ahead.
And it's right at the end of a run, so nerves can definitely be a factor. Looks like he's going to opt out of it.
Understandable. In a tournament setting, and having the nerves on, not a good idea to go for it.
I do not blame him. So Mashy looks like he was chasing hats there as well. Definitely something that can easily happen in Bowser's Kingdom with the topper fight. But looks like he's showing some fancy camera work there. So he's going to head on over to Harriet and see what happens. And looks like xheragd again having some issues there. jcool on the escape sequence, so we'll see what route he takes here. Looks like he gets some nice shots on that pillar, so he's going to opt to go to the left here, making it a little bit safer to traverse this room.
I didn't know this. Did the jcool manage to break the first pillar?
I think he got 4 hits on it, right? Where you need the... Now, I've heard that the plan is to get all but 1 hit, correct? And yeah, it looks like he needs 2.
He missed quite a few. Yeah, he missed 2. he missed 3.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to break the first pillar because the platforms fall to disappear then below you when you're going to the last pillar. And jcool is on PP base.
So we'll see what he gets here. Yeah, it looks like his splits were 110.04.
Congratulations for jcool winning the race and PBing in a race.
Yeah, if his last PB was the one that he had posted on speedruns, that is over a 50-second PB, so a massive PB if that's the case. And we see a xheragd doing the last Pokio climb here, so Mashy not too far behind. It is going to count down to Mecha Brutal here. That could be a huge factor in this run. It looks like xheragd is on Mecha Brutal, but having some frame issues, so we'll see what happens. And it looks like xheragd did not get birdless, so.
How many hits Hera has gotten right now? Was it 1 hit?
I think he's gotten at least 2, right? Because
it looks like to be 1.
Oh, it looks like he just missed the yellow rabbit.
Takes the bird quickly before it dies.
Oh no, xheragd getting bullied by Mecha. Definitely not an easy fight to do. And Mashy's gonna go for a birdless here. Looks like he's up there, but not over yet. And looks like he gets it, so good from. And xheragd having some trouble with the bird still.
Mashy getting on top of the plural. Now he needs to get back on the plural and wait for the plural not running around.
So that is going to put this back on neck and neck pace here. Both of them practically in the same phase of Brutal here. We'll see if they can clean it up at the end here. Mashy waiting pretty long there, but he's going to get it. So
yeah, the Brutal falls 5 steps, and during that time it starts flashing, so it's getting ready to push off the Mario from the top of the head. Oh no, Mashy! That is really unfortunate to see.
Oh, and xheragd getting back on top there. And xheragd is going to finish his Mecha Brutal, but only
and taking lead back.
So Mecha Brutal definitely giving us some heart attack here, but Mashy cleaning it up really quickly at the end there. So a neck and neck fight here. This could come down to Moon, or will come down to Moon.
It will all come down to Moon Kingdom.
So a very exciting race here.
They're like 5 seconds from each other.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting thing to see. Moon Kingdom not being the hardest kingdom, but again, having a few tricks in it right at the end of a race can make it a very easy choke point. So we'll see what happens. And this is really, I think I saw xheragd's splits go red there a few times, so his PB on speedruns must be, I mean, it's outdated, but definitely exciting to see the improvement there. So that's what I was talking about. You gotta keep your eyes on those old dates.
as they're approaching Moon Kingdom, there is an upcoming skip called Mooncave Skip.
Yeah, you want to talk about how it's done, or?
Sure, I can try it. Basically, you're supposed to go to the cave, a long cave with some platforming transformations, then Madame Prudal at the end of the cave. But you can skip that by going on the top of the Sphinx, and from there you will be doing a series of cap jumps and wall jumps to get up on the whole mountain. By starting that, you will do the ground pound. Then in a peak of the ground pound jump, you drop the cappy against the wall and get a cap jump from there. Then you would line up against the wall in that specific area where you would start the first wall jump. If that is not correct, the second wall jump wouldn't work. Let's see how xheragd is doing it. The spot of that wall, there's a line, that dark line, where you would like to line up yourself. And xheragd is a little bit too much right, so he's not gonna be able to get the second wall jump. They're neck and neck right now.
Yeah. Looks like he got a good spot there, and he is gonna get the second kick.
xheragd got the right spot. And mashy, is he gonna get it?
Looks good.
He's on the right spot.
And it looks good. So excellent moonskins from both of our runners here, neck and neck.
Good job.
So.
Good job, both of the runners. You guys are so close to each other. Oh my god.
Yep. So yeah, just like to repeat what Sammy said, the very first wall kick that you do after the cap jump is you have to hit a pretty precise spot on the wall in order to get the second wall kick. So definitely a easy thing to mess up right at the end of a run. So both of them going into their Bowser fights here. We'll see how they handle it. The phase we just see both of them go through right there. Bowser throws his hat immediately after that cutscene ends. So you got to be pretty quick to grab the hat and close a lot of ground to get to him in time so that you skip the hopping around phase.
I didn't mention about the Mooncave skip. It was found in a first day when the Odyssey was released, I recall correctly.
It's crazy.
It is.
People out there doing science to this game. Still doing it every day. So both of them having no problems on his Bowser fight so far. Bowser just pretty much the same as the first one, a little bit longer, few new phases. We're going to see Mashy have to jump twice instead of once, and then 3 times on the last actually 4 times on the last phase. So, and then where we see xheragd, he'll go into this fire breathing phase that you just pretty much have to wait out. Nothing you can really do.
The Bowser would start jumping away if xheragd wasn't close enough to start punching at him.
Yeah, there's a finite area where you have to have the hat get to you and then be close enough that you can get to Bowser in time, and then also you can't get the hat while you're too close to Bowser. It'll give it back to him. So, and both of them having very clean Bowser fights there. Neck and neck. One player going for 2D skip here could be the difference.
It will decide the whole race if xheragd goes for the skip. Or mashy is gonna go for it. In a tournament setting, I personally wouldn't want to go for it. With the pressure on too.
Yeah, but it may be just the few seconds that mashy needs. So we'll see. We'll see. Both of them getting that triple jump very easily right there. xheragd coming up on 2D section. xheragd gonna opt out of it. We're gonna see mashy go for it. Excellent 2D skip.
Well, that decide the race.
We will see. Could come down to some good fireballs right here at the end.
Bowser draws fireballs by shaking the controller. Another hidden motion controls. They're within 3 seconds of each other right now. This whole last section decides everything now. Are the variables gonna hit the right pillar or not?
And it looks like
xheragd going right side.
So
now this is hype. Do you think so?
yeah, this is we're gonna have to see the SLR timings for this to truly know who won. Both of them killing the last pillar at the same time here. Mashy is gonna
Mashy just
get
a
it.
little bit closer.
Yeah, both of them starting the kill on the last blocks at the same time. Oh my goodness, guys, this is the closest. Ooh, xheragd just a little bit ahead, and it looks like xheragd blasting off literally within 3 seconds of mashy. So a 2 difference. Wow.
Just wow. What a close race.
2 seconds, guys. I think the hands down the closest race I've ever seen for Mario Odyssey yet. So
for sure.
Both racers being within 2 seconds of each other.
That means congratulations, xheragd, for winning your tournament race against Mashy.
And I'm interested.
And excellent
to see...
work for Mashy too.
Yeah, excellent. And that's a possible, and it looks like a PB for xheragd, but I'm not certain what, if he's running off his own splits or just using a normal timer.
I'm asking them for the interview.
Excellent. Yeah, I see that. That was super hype.
I wasn't expecting 2 seconds difference.
Yeah, that was very, very fun. Literally, Peach waving off to both of them at the same time there. So.
jcool's chilling in the Mushroom Kingdom, somewhere on top of the pole, just sleeping.
Cute little bird hanging out on Mario's nose there. Definitely. I like Bluebirdo says literally a 1 bonk difference, and that's what that came down to. The time difference was so close that a bonk could have made the difference.
Yeah, a bonk makes a difference. It's just literally any movement would have made a difference there.
All right, we are joined by the wonderful jcool. Looks like a PB for you.
Yeah.
By how much?
It's by about a minute, 50 seconds. Yeah.
Woo, that's a nice juicy PB and a spicy PB, huh?
Yeah, thank you, man.
Congratulations on winning your match and a PB.
Yeah, it was unexpected, but it's pretty sweet.
What were you thinking? You chose Bullet Kingdom first. I guess you just wanted to have just some chains after Sand Kingdom.
I thought maybe it'd make it more interesting. I don't know.
You wanted Really put us on our toes and talk about 2 different kingdoms at once. Huh?
Yeah.
So an excellent showing. I guess what I always like to know what splits were gold for you, if any. In that room.
Luncheon, Ruined, and Bowser were all gold.
Oh, so your in game was on point, huh? That's
yeah, and Moon missed it by like 1 second.
Gotcha.
It was really good.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, an excellent pace for sure. And then to clean it up like that, it's always fun to see in a race.
Also, our xheragd and mashy.
Yes.
So that was an excellent race, guys.
Yeah, it was insane.
Very exciting to watch. So,
super crazy.
Yeah, and xheragd, how much? What was your PB going into this race? If that's not a PB for you.
Yeah, this was a PB. My old was 1:22:36, I think.
Woo! So over.
So a PB by like 1:30. Yeah.
That's always awesome to see in a race where the pressure's on. And then
That's great.
Mashy, excellent race from you as well. To be within 2 seconds, I'm like seriously, guys, that was super exciting, extremely hype.
Yeah.
To see both players breaking the last pillar and Bowser's at the same time is something you don't get to see every day. So
yeah, that race was garbage for me.
not the best time for you.
It completely fell apart after Metro.
Yeah, Dark Metro was not kind to any runner in this race so far.
No.
So really,
you guys were close to each other through the whole run, going back and forth all the time. xheragd was the first one in a Mecha Brutal. Meanwhile, you Mashy managed to finish it before xheragd, or it was a seconds difference with you guys all the time.
Yeah, you guys exit.
I don't even know what happened on that last hit for me. Like,
yeah, that was unfortunate. No, those bunnies can definitely troll you sometimes. Mecha Brutal being not a very fun boss. But.
Like I didn't even want to dive off of it, and it just threw me off to the ground.
Yeah. It happens sometimes where you get a weird hit off of it or a weird jump off of it while it's moving. Just literally throw you across the arena. What about you Mashy xheragd? Like, did you have any gold splits in that run?
Yeah. I think Sand, Metro, and Ruined were gold for me.
Gotcha. So your Sand early game was on point. Excellent.
I golded on Night Metro, Daily Metro, and also Seaside and Luncheon.
Oh, okay. So awesome. So late game for you xheragd was really nice.
Yeah, the late game for me was what unraveled my run.
Yeah, it was not being very friendly.
That Luncheon was a mess.
Yeah, we noticed.
Taking really weird death off of the Spiky, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even see him from the camera, but that's what I assumed hit you. We couldn't tell. I didn't know if it was.
I didn't even know how he hit me.
Yeah.
And then I also fell off of the pillar into the Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
At that point in the luncheon, Mashy, you were ahead. xheragd managed to pull through with the first try of the cap jump at the beginning of the luncheon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling Luncheon was going to be the turning point there. After those, I
did go for Magma, but it's not really like that big of a time difference.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, there was a route difference there. One went for Forks, one went for Photo Boots or Fire Bubbles. So, either way, very exciting race. So, very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much for that. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys as well.
Thank you guys for the interview.
Thank you for commentating.
Oh, yeah, excellent.
Yeah,
very
enjoyable.
Guys. My pleasure.
Don't forget to follow all of our runners putting us the show today. especially Mashy and xheragd with a 2 seconds defense. What a race. And jcool.
jcool getting an awesome PB. I wish I could PB by a minute.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Someone in the chat was asking, when is the next match? Right now, I think there's a match going on in a Speed Coming, what channel?
Speed Gaming 4 has a match going on right now with.
Yes, and in a 3 p.m. EST, jcool and xheragd on Speed Coming 4.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
So
xheragd getting that run back.
Oh yeah.
So
now
guys-
for you guys. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, in an hour approx on Speed Coming 4 is the next match coming up.
Yeah.
Your turn, Nerf.
I was gonna ask about your guys' groups. Let me pull it up. Is this the first race for both of you?
This is my first race.
This
But I think
was
it's
my
it was your
second.
second.
Yeah, I lost the spike already. I still
Okay,
have to
so-
face Cinda.
Gotcha.
Alright.
So, so really, nobody's out of that pool yet. So it'll be interesting to see. So
Yeah.
excellent. Well, thank you guys so much, and make sure you guys follow these runners. That was awesome, and shout outs to Speed Gaming and all the mods who put this together. Definitely give them a follow, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for hosting this tournament, Twitch streaming and everything. All of the runners and the commentators, Nerf especially.
Aww. Yeah, Sammy's the best too. Definitely go follow him. Sammy, I think you have the fastest time in the race so far, right? Did anybody beat that?
I don't think anybody has beaten my 1 hour 7 minutes and 1 second time.
Yeah.
Though my splits are saying 1 hour 6 minutes.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Alrighty, guys, that'll be it for me at least. I'll be signing off, but definitely go check out all the Mario races. Do a /SMO in chat to see the schedule and see what's coming up. So, thanks everybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
See you guys.
Thank you.
I'll be signing off too.
Goodbye.